Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunburned. Albino reveals and discusses his most played PlayStation games ever since the launch of PS4 up to where we're currently at with the PS5. This is going to be a little different than the Steam one. I don't know what order you're watching these in, since I'm doing one for all three of PC games, PlayStation games, and Switch games. But we've got some Hollow Knight music in the background. Sony does not let you look at this in order from like your total playtime, so we're gonna have to just kind of like scroll back through. I wanted to start with Mortal Kombat X because it's the most far away from now game that I have like a really large amount of hours in. So Mortal Kombat X, I played for 250 hours. It's definitely my most played fighting game other than Smash. And I really liked it. It was my first Mortal Kombat game, and then Mortal Kombat 11 came out, and I was like, ooh, I bet I'm gonna love this, but then I hated it because they took out the running mechanic that you could use to extend your combos in Mortal Kombat X, so I thought that was really stupid and annoying. Because, I guess people complain about Mortal Kombat being so juggle heavy, but like, yeah, that's what it is. What do you want? That's what a lot of fighting games are, really. Is just juggling people. And juggling people is fun. Dude, if you played like a Marvel vs. Capcom game, you're in the air for 90 hits. You lose 80% of your health bar as soon as you leave the ground. And you're not coming back down until it's gone. So in that Mortal Kombat X was really not a problem for me in that regard. And I used to just spend a lot of time in training mode. I probably spent like maybe 2 of those 250 hours in actual online matches. I just had fun in training mode. I really didn't want to actually test my skills against anybody. That's a recipe for disaster as far as I'm concerned, in terms of whether I get pissed off. But like, you know, the 2 hours that I did spend, like, it was here or there. Like, I'd win some, I'd lose some. You know, you got your spammers. You got people who make fighting games annoying for everybody. And then you have people who have 10 times the amount of hours that you have in the game. So, but Mortal Kombat X, I really enjoyed it. And then the last time I played it was 1,176 days ago, so yeah, I guess you can say that I'm done with Mortal Kombat X. Let's scroll up. Oh, and some of these are like demos, so they don't count. So like, don't think that I played Dragon Ball FighterZ for less than an hour. I played that for a little while. I probably played that for like 30. If we find... Oh yeah, total play hours 7. Okay, you know, I was close. 7 hours, 30 hours, no problem. Overwatch only having 32 hours? Kind of surprised. You know, these like popular games that people will dedicate their entire gaming career to, I always give them a try, and then I'm always like, nah. So I played Overwatch for 32 hours. It's alright, but like, it just got old for me. Like a lot of games do. What else do we have? We're gonna scroll past a bunch of stuff. 52 hours in Salt and Sanctuary. I really only want to look at like bigger-ish numbers, like numbers above 50. Because if you watch the PC thing, like the most played thing I had on Steam was 400 hours. We're about to eclipse that tremendously, I guarantee you, on PlayStation. So I'm gonna be looking for a lot more large numbers total on average. 32 hours in God of War. Did I beat that twice? Is that why it took that long, or is that just a long game? I feel like it's just a long game. There's a lot of stuff to like collect and accomplish. God of War was a very good game. I very much enjoyed that. I never understood the snobbery, really, with people who like, they spend more of their time playing RPGs. So like God of War... They judged God of War as an RPG and found it wanting, but it's like, dude, you're supposed to... This is the gateway towards people appreciating RPG mechanics in games who normally wouldn't, or who normally have no interest in that kind of thing. And as such, like, this is a fantastic bridge over a gap from, like, the action genre to the RPG genre. God of War was a fantastic game. Fractured Butthole 42. This is definitely a demo for Detroit Become Human, because I definitely have a lot more hours in that. Where is it? Come on, it's gotta be like, if they're showing the demo, the regular game's gotta be like right after it, can't it? I really played all these other games in between that? Oh, dude. Dude, are you surprised? 126 hours in Fortnite? And you've never seen me play that game on my channel? Except once, I think. Yeah. You know, I mean, the last time I played it was granted 949 days ago, but when Fortnite was really getting started, I was actually... Dude, I will tell you, I was one of the people who predicted this game's success. I played Fortnite before Battle Royale existed. I played Fortnite Save the World. I remember seeing it on the PlayStation Store. It had, like, different packs. It had, like, the Founders Pack and, like, the other kind of packs. And it's like, oh, what's this Fortnite game? I've never heard of that. And then I, like, played the demo, and I owned the actual Fortnite game that you had to pay money for. I have that. And I don't know, dude, I might be, like, a seer because I predicted this game to blow up. I didn't know it was going to get a Battle Royale, but I did predict that it was going to be a big deal in some capacity. So good for me. I've got my finger on the pulse of the gaming industry. A lot of good it did me, because I didn't even jump on that train at all. 56 hours, and it's because, you know, Battle Royales, they're fun for a while for me. I can't dedicate my life to a Battle Royale. 56 hours on Friday the 13th, this game used to be really fun. I think they shut the servers down recently. But as janky as Friday the 13th was, especially if you got like a full lobby of friends together, oh my god, dude, this was one of the most fun games you could play. So good. I really hope they, I don't know how they would bring it back or whatever, but... you know, this was, a game, is it called a flash in the pan when, like, you can only enjoy something for a little bit of time before it disappears? Is that what flash in the pan means? And, like, it was good while it was happening? That's what Friday the 13th was. It was good while it was happening, and now it's gone, and you'll never see it again. Oh, too bad. Rock Band 4, 74 hours, the worst Rock Band game. Believe me when I tell you that I can multiply this amount of play hours with any of the other Rock Band installments. Rock Band 4 was just a complete disappointment across the board. They came in with a whimper. It's like they didn't believe in this game from the outset. At which point it's like, why did you even work on it? Like, this shit didn't even have a practice mode when it came out. And it didn't have multiplayer when it came out. You have to pay $30 to have multiplayer in this game. Like, you're out of your fucking mind, dude. Rock Band 4 is so... It's one of the most disappointing games that's ever come out. Factually. And I loved Rock Band 3 and 2. 1 was alright. 1 had really, one had really good songs. 2 and 3 definitely improved the formula. 3 added keys, that made it really good. I used to be ranked, like, 60th in the world in keys on Xbox 360. Watch my piano videos, you'll be like, yeah, I believe it. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 for 163 hours. Yeah, I used to be really into Call of Duty as well. I have fallen off in the last couple of rounds. Well, like, what even was the most recent one? It was It wasn't the Modern Warfare, like, just Call of Duty Modern Warfare, was it? Was that the most recent one? Or was there another one? Was that the one that was the year before? Anyway, I think Black Ops is one of the better Call of Duty series. I don't regret playing any of those. I sort of fell off with Black Ops 4, but I thought Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 were really good. And we're really just... Treyarch does Call of Duty the best, in my estimation. I play all their games. Like, World at War was my jam to start. And then I was faithful throughout the Black Ops series. And then, like, Modern Warfare 2 was really good from Activision, but then Modern Warfare 3 is like, blech. Like, no one cares. Modern Warfare 3 was not very good, if you ask me. And then everything after that is, whatever. Advanced Warfare was okay-ish. Infinite Warfare had a good campaign, but I don't really have the multiplayer. Call of Duty is a very hot-button subject, and it also takes a very long time to delve into the specifics of it, but that's sort of how that goes. Dude, 353 hours in Dark Souls 2, now we're starting to get up there. Dark Souls 2 is my favorite Dark Souls game. That is a true fact, and that's because it was the first one I played. And yes, I am aware that that made it ruin the first game for me, and I am not sorry about that. I mean, maybe I'm sorry about that, but like, I'm not ashamed of it, I suppose. Like, yeah, I will boldly and proudly say that I don't like the first Dark Souls game. Because it feels old to me. If you've played, like, a better iteration beforehand. Because whatever you want to say about Dark Souls 2, like, not being helmed by the same visionary mind, it's like you're still playing a sequel, you're still playing an iteration that was improved upon just from a feel perspective. And it's much smoother experience. Yeah. And then Dark Souls 3, I really don't even like Dark Souls 3 as much as I like Dark Souls 2. But I do like Dark Souls 3 more than Dark Souls 1. But I like Bloodborne more than all of these, but we're jumping the gun because we're going to go up there and probably see even more hours in that. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll see, like, a little bit less. But who knows? 23 hours in Ark Survival Evolved. Yeah, that was a fad for a while for me. Danganronpa 1.2 Reload, I mean, that's just how many hours you put in when you play the story. And you, like, really pay attention to the narrative and, like, do a bunch of stuff with that. Like, that's 2 games worth. Danganronpa is Danganronpa better than Ace Attorney? They're very comparable in quality. It's really just a difference of themes. But Danganronpa is definitely among the 2 best visual novels of all time, and it's a fantastic game, franchise, all 3 of them. I love all 3 of them. I don't care about any specific nitpicky whatevers of, like, different titles. I love all 3 Danganronpas almost equally. So you should definitely check that out at some point. The Quiet Man. You know what's funny about The Quiet Man? Is that you may not have even heard about The Quiet Man unless you, like, watch Jim Sterling or some other kind of channel that made, like, a huge deal about how much it sucks. But I played it, and, like, I kind of sort of, like, saw what it was going for, and I kind of sort of was like, you know, I'm not sorry that I played it. Did it succeed terribly? Like, not really. But, I don't know, like, I didn't mind how mind-numbing the combat was. Like, I just saw the combat as a means to an end, and I just appreciated it for the story. I thought the story was kind of cool. Because, you know, the deal with The Quiet Man, if you don't know, is that your character is blind, and so you're literally watching a game where you can't hear anything. Everybody's, like, talking around, and you're just like, what? My ears don't work. And so you don't, like, know what's happening. But then after you beat the game, and it's a very short game, it's like a couple hours. After you beat it, then you get to play it again where you can actually hear stuff, and it's like, oh, you're filling in the holes of, like, this was what was actually happening. So, I don't know, maybe I had more patience than most people, but I don't regret playing The Quiet Man. I don't think it's the worst thing that ever happened. Monster Hunter World, 28 hours. It's an alright co-op game. I would not play this solo. I really hated that you, like, had to be on the same mission to co-op with people. And, like, you already had to, like, start the mission before you could co-op in it. So it's like you had to enter a level, watch the cutscene, like, start it, and then exit, and then invite your friend who also had to have watched that cutscene, and then you could go in a lobby and then play the level. And it's like, that's not how co-op works. Nobody, like, that's not, you don't do that. That made it so annoying for me. I straight up don't believe that I only played Marvel's Spider-Man for 11 hours. That game's not that short, is it? I just don't believe that. That was my game of the year for 2017 or whatever year it was. I mean, I'll have, like, favorite games and games of the year that I'll have really low amount of hours in, because it's like, it's still one of those games you only play it once and you're done. But what you played once, you appreciate so much for what it is. Like, you don't have to have 400 hours in your favorite game, you know? Detroit Become Human for 18 hours. That also seems impossible. I've played that game twice through, completely. I don't know, I feel some of these, like, just seem inaccurate. Ooh, a platinum trophy in Undertale. Didn't expect that, did you? Undertale's good. Haha, 118 hours in Neo. Neo's good. I had a conversation with a hairdresser, recently, who enjoyed the Souls series. And was like, oh, but I can't get into Neo. I was like, what do you mean Neo's really good? Like, just enjoy Neo, it's really good. Neo 2 is even better. Like, it's just Dark Souls, but at a different speed. Like, it's Dark Souls times 2 speed. That's basically what it is. And instead of dodging around, you sprint around. You also dodge around, but, like, you mostly sprint around. And you just feel like, water, you know? Just, like, running back and forth at blazing speed. Finding your openings, and, you know, it does all the same notes. For my personal, preference. 132 hours in Dark Souls 3? That seems about right. 91 hours in Little Big Planet 3? Wow. 91 hours in the worst Little Big Planet game. That's pretty impressive. Little Big Planet, the first Little Big Planet's the best one. Little Big Planet 2 is technically better. I must have said this like a dozen times at different like points on my channel, but Little Big Planet 2 is technically a better game. It has a better campaign, but the way that people were able to make levels, because the scope of that got so broad, like you could make sort of whatever kind of level you wanted. People shied away from platforming, and then the online portion of the game really suffered because nobody was making good platforming levels anymore. So I still always have high fond memories of the first game, especially because I was a really popular creator on the first Little Big Planet. I had levels that would get, like, over 100,000 views. Plays, I mean. Like, it was pretty good. You know? I went viral on Little Big Planet long before I went viral on YouTube, baby. Okay. Ooh yeah, Platinum Trophy flex. The Zero Escape series is very good. You should, especially if you're into like sort of fringe science. In regard to like, not that this is fringe science, but like the kind of science that's way more theoretical than what we're generally dealing with. You know, like quantum mechanics and time loops, multiverse, like stuff like that. Then Zero Escape is definitely up your alley. You will be very thoroughly entertained from a like philosophical, scientific perspective. Because I really do like to be told about stuff like that. I don't want to search it myself, but like if somebody's got a story where it's like, here's the story of the guy who one day he was walking down the street with his friend and his friend's eyeballs popped out of their sockets. And then he popped them back in, and then the next day his friend had absolutely no memory of what happened. Like, yeah, I want to hear stories like that. It's like, what the hell happened? Was that a hole in the space-time continuum? Like, what was that? Was that a glitch in the Matrix? I want to hear about stuff like that. And also about, like, a bunch of seemingly random events being connected. Like, this franchise does that really well. Like, with the way it's like gathered all its people together who seem like they're from completely different walks of life, but actually they're all related in some way to like a singular event. Dying Light, 112 hours. Dying Light's a great game. We're getting more information on Dying Light 2. They're saying that Dying Light 2 should release in 2021. That would be very exciting. What we've seen so far looks like a better version of Dying Light. So I would be very pleased to play that game. I understand that development has been rocky, to say the least. But it would be nice if that ended in triumph this time instead of Cyberpunk. You know? Which was obviously still a very good game. But, you know, kind of hard to play at times. Yeah, more Zero Escape. Like, each game in the Zero Escape series will net you like 50 hours if you try and do everything in it. Get all the endings, and you should get all the endings. You really haven't beaten the game unless you get all the endings. You really haven't really even played the game that much. Like, you don't actually know what's happening unless you get all the endings. So, do recommend that. Ooh, I played Neo 2 for 1 hour, you guys. That whole stream series I did, that was only an hour. That had 17 episodes that were all 2 minutes each. Now that's the demo. Alright, what else? I don't believe that I've only played this Infamous Second Son for 23 hours. This is the best Infamous game by a mile, and I really hope that now that Sucker Punch is done with Ghost of Tsushima, I really hope they go back to this franchise. But then I also hope that they make a new Sly Cooper, so it's like, I don't know, split into 2 teams, cover both bases. Sucker Punch has one of the most, like, varied, successful franchises. Like, they're home to so much good stuff. They got Sly Cooper, they got Infamous, now they have Ghost of Tsushima. They have all of that, and it's so good. You know, it's like, whereas, you know, Insomniac now has Spider-Man and Ratchet and Clank, which is very good, and I guess they technically, well, they don't have Spyro anymore, which is unfortunate, because that could also have been something to put on their belt, but I kind of do believe that we're gonna get a new Spyro game at some point, like they did with Crash 4. That would be great! It's just Insomniac won't be involved with it. But Crash 4 proved that the original developers don't need to be, because Crash 4 was absolutely incredible, as we will see when we get up there. I mean, we're still in, like, the 2 years ago thing here. Wait till we get to... Actually, although these should be where, like, the big numbers are. Games from long since past that you stacked up the hours, but then you finally put them away. Borderlands The Handsome Collection, 188 hours. Yeah, I used to play Borderlands 2 religiously. I beat that game with every character more than once. It was just really good, man. And then Borderlands 3 was not good, in my opinion. So that was disappointing. Or at least it just, like, I don't know, like, it's like it's like no Borderlands will ever be good again. I think we're just past the point of Borderlands working as a concept. Because I think we're just over it. Although I should just speak for myself. I'm over Borderlands. They announced Borderlands 4, I sleep. 30 hours in Spelunky. Meh. I wasn't too into Spelunky. Wasn't too into Spelunky 2 either. These are both games that conceptually I'm like, ooh, these are really good games. You should play these games. But like me personally, it's like, oh, you know, I'll play it for 30 hours over the course of my whole life. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, super underrated. Very good game. Very good game. But you only need to beat it once, so total play hours 17. It's a single player game, what do you expect? 67 hours in Dragon Quest Builders 2. Nice little Minecraft replacement for a while. I did very much like that. Oh yeah, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy, 96 hours. I guess Ace Attorney is shorter than Danganronpa. Because Danganronpa, you put all those together, that would have been like 140 hours. 130. I mean, there's, you know, up there with Danganronpa, best visual novel of all time. The whole trilogy. It would be real nice if they made a new game, but I'm also really not caught up on the ones that came out for DS that weren't a part of this trilogy, which I would hope that I will eventually find the time to get back into and get myself caught up in that sense. Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat 11, 1 total play hour, because I started a fight, tried to run, realized I can only walk, and I uninstalled. Awful fighting game. Oh hey, the titular Hollow Knight with the music we got back in it. 30 hours. On Steam I have like another 30 hours, so combined we got about 60 hours of Hollow Knight. It's pretty alright, you know? 112 hours in Kingdom Hearts 3. That's right. Half the reason for my channel's existence right here. In this franchise, Kingdom Hearts. No, I don't forget where I came from. All of you people who comment all the time, like, when are you gonna do some Kingdom Hearts content? It's like, dude, I'm out of that. They would have to release a new game. I don't know what else I can do. I beat the games, I did the boss ranking, I did the waifu ranking, like, what do you want from me? Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 was great, and I liked it from beginning to end, and I never didn't like it, so I guess I'm just better than some of you. Alright. What else we got up here? Ooh, Crash Insane Trilogy. This might be the best remake of all time. It actually could be. It's certainly the most valuable. Like, you got 3 games for the price of 1.5, because this was like a $30 collection at launch. 30 or 40. I think 30. And then, yeah, and they did it well, so like, it was good. Divinity Original Sin 2, I got just as many hours. I got 90 hours on Steam, actually, and then I have another 50 hours on PlayStation. Okay. 140 hours total. Like I said in the Steam one, this is the best turn-based RPG of all time. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition. In my most humblest of opinions. Oh, really? Dude, on Steam, I have like 40 hours in this game. I didn't know I had 305 hours on PS4. What? I must have put this game on when I was bored and like share played it a lot more than I thought I did. Wow. Crazy. Yeah, that's too many hours for this game. Like, I'm just gonna go ahead and... Dude, I played 305 hours. I only have 62% of the trophies. What? I'm only a trophy hunter when it's convenient for me, alright? Except in the case of Crash 4, where I just went above and beyond to get that shit. Same with Fall Guys. Rocket League Platinum Trophy! 584 hours in Rocket League? Why, I guess this just used to be my crutch game, and don't even look at how many hours are in the game above this. We'll get to that. 584... I mean, I did really like Rocket League when it came out. I was a big fan. I kind of stopped playing when it went all free-to-play Fortnite-y on me. But in the beginning... Oh man, Rocket League was a great time. And it probably still is to play. But it's just kind of over, you know? I mean, they didn't even introduce Season 1 until 3 years into the game's lifetime, because they got acquired. They had to get acquired first. Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. Guess what? This 913 hours is misleading. There's actually a lot more than that. You know why? Because I also got this game on Switch, and I also got... Wait, did I? I did get... Because there's Legacy of the Duelist, and then there's Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution, which is basically just like a definitive edition that has a bunch more DLC in it, and adds a new generation of cards. So I have this is the vanilla thing, and then I think I also have Link Evolution on PlayStation, and then I know I also have Link Evolution on Switch. And there's almost maybe comparable hours across the 3 of them. I would go so far as to say I'm probably at like 1,500 hours in Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. This is just the ultimate Yu-Gi-Oh! Game to me. It's very glitchy, which is annoying, like it quits out a lot. And has an incredibly slow frame rate sometimes. When the computer's trying to make like a hard decision because you've boxed it in so well because you're a god at this game. And the computer doesn't know what to do, so it just breaks the game instead, so you don't get credit for winning the duel. That happens so many times. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! is a love for me. 100%. I got back into it. I used to be into it as a kid. I would play the card game in real life, collect the cards. Then I got Legacy of the Duelist. I got sucked in. I learned how to play for real. And I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude, I'm all in. I will no-life the hell out of this game. I think I have 1,000,000 Duelist points in Legacy of the Duelist. Oh yeah. Ooh, 1.5 plus 2.5 remix, 287 hours. I mean, this still isn't indicative of how much time I've spent with the Kingdom Hearts series, because you obviously gotta factor in, like, when the games were on PS2. And then when they got... Did they get remastered for PS3? I think they did. Maybe they... Didn't they? I feel like they did. But yeah, I've definitely spent like 2,000 hours in Kingdom Hearts total across my lifetime, probably. Probably more. 347 hours in Bloodborne. Oh, that's a bit less than I was expecting. Was that the same as Dark Souls 2? I think it's around the same. I do think Bloodborne is the best Souls game. It is, it's just quite good. 58 hours in Minecraft. Most of my Minecraft time was spent on the 360, so... This is a bit misleading. I did used to be a big Minecraft buff back in 2009. Or 11, or whenever it came out. I did fall off. This 58 hours, I think, has exclusively really been in the last, like, 6 months. There was a period of time for, like, a week and a half. Like, I think I got this 58 hours in a week and a half when, like, a bunch of my friends started playing it, and I would join their realm. And then I just kind of stopped. 120 in Diablo 3, very good. Go ahead and tack on another 300 hours in the Xbox 360 version. Because I do think Diablo 3 is one of the most addicting RPGs ever. So fun. Oh, Diablo 4, when that comes out? Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna get lost in that one. It's gonna be good. 63 hours in Neo 2. Got a bunch of 30s here. We're starting to get a lot more modern Last of Us Part 2. You know, solid 30s for a single-player game. Because single-player games are getting more massive. And it's starting to take a hell of a long time to beat them. 76 hours in Crash Bandicoot 4. And a brand spanking new Platinum trophy. One of my proudest Platinum trophies. You can't even appreciate the sheer amount of effort it takes to get that. Because Crash Bandicoot 4 is the grindiest collectathon I've ever played, but it's so good that I can't be mad. Even though it's so hard to get certain things in that game. My god, man, that stream series was an exercise in stamina, sanity, all sorts of things. Still on my channel if you ever want to check that out. Yeah, 58 hours in Cyberpunk, despite all the hullabaloo. And we're gonna add even more. I thought I had, like, 100. Do I know anything about how much time I spend playing games? I don't know. But, you know, eventually they're gonna, like, patch it up completely, and then they'll release the PS5 version, and then everyone will forget that that ever happened. By the time the Game Awards rolls around, although, like, it's March already. Let's assume that they completely fixed Cyberpunk by, like, June. I don't know what their roadmap is, so maybe you guys have more information than I do. But if they did it by June, I think by the time the Game Awards rolled around, it would still be getting awards, and people would just forget. Like, people would bring it up, but the people who actually decide who gets awards would, like, just not care that it launched in the state that it did. And they would judge it for its final product. And if they did judge it as a final product, in which all the glitches are fixed to the best of their ability, and they added other stuff and fixed some other things and made a PS5 version, I feel like Cyberpunk still would have a solid chance of sweeping a bunch of the award categories. That's my hot take. Yeah, another 34 hours in Monster Sanctuary, plus the 70 that I got on Steam. This game is tremendous. You cannot sleep on Monster Sanctuary. You should get it right now if you don't have it. Best Pokemon-like game out there. 100%. Ooh, Platinum to the Reignited Trilogy. There was a period of my channel where I engaged in some controversial things of not actually liking this trilogy from a nostalgia perspective, which I am 100% standing by. Well, A, from a nostalgia standpoint, and B, from the fact that the third game's unfinished and it's just like complete glitchy nonsense that they never patched. They never gave a fuck to patch this game. Oh no, I'm getting mad again! Okay, I don't know what I was gonna say prior. They never patched this game. It's been out for like 2 or 3 years. Not a single patch to ever fix the numerous not game breaking, but like progress halting and also just very annoying and embarrassing menagerie of glitches that especially the third game, but also the second game, decided to ship with. So in that, it's, you know, I don't know, it's like watching, it's like going back and playing Spyro, but it's covered in shit. That's really what it is. And you're like, this is a beloved icon, and someone just threw a pile of poop at him. And now look at him. Like, who would do this? Like, why would you do that? It's insulting. It's infuriating. But yeah, I hope they make Spyro 4. I hope they make Spyro 4 and it's as good as Crash 4. That would fix a lot of my... Well, I wouldn't fix what I feel about the trilogy, but it would be a nice next step to make me forget about it. Then we have Hitman. Hitman, the franchise, I just discovered this year when Hitman 3 came out at the end of January. I have been playing the hell out of the Hitman franchise. Oh, I don't know where this game has been all my life. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time already. I got 28 hours in Hitman. I've got like 18 hours in Hitman 2, and then if you scroll up to Hitman 3, we got 90 in there because I'm playing like Hitman 1 and 2 in Hitman 3. So we've already got, since the end of January, we've got like 100 and... I don't know what the math is, but we've got like 140 or 50 hours in the Hitman franchise just in the last 2 months. So that is quite good. What else is there? Oh, this says total play hours too, because this is the PS5 version of Neo 2, and I have only played that for 2 hours. Some of these games getting PS5 upgrades, overriding your total playtime, that's not cool. 133 hours of Skyrim. On Xbox 360, I know I had about 600 hours. I know that for a fact. On PS3, because I got it on PS3 and then I think I returned it and I got it on 360. Not because of the console, but just like that's what happened. Because I returned it for a different reason and then later on I was like, you know what, I'll get it on 360 this time. So I think I had like 60 hours on the PS3. But yeah, I mean, no one's surprised to see anybody play Skyrim for a really long period of time. That pretty much goes with the territory of owning an Elder Scrolls game. Is you're gonna put them hundreds of hours into there. And then yeah, the most recent thing I've played is Fall Guys because they just released Season 4 yesterday and I was checking it out and it seems like it's pretty alright. So that's basically gonna do it. For revealing my most played PlayStation games, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Check out my videos on my most played Steam games and my most played Switch games, respectively, if either of those videos are up by the time you're watching this. And like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys next time.